Alrighty guys, Road Warrior back here again. I wanted to go over a Goliath Tigerfish rotation here to kind of teach you guys how to get 4 unique Goliath Tigers in one net. Here's spot 1 right of the boat dock. Special thanks to my buddy Sober that had sent me this a ways back. So special thanks again to Sober there on spot number 2 to get a unique, as well as it's conveniently located right there by my spot 2 for perch. If you need a Nile perch guide or something like that, look around on my playlist. This mark here I've had for a long time, put up on my channel, but it's kind of showing you how to break this map down as my tiger spot number 3. There is uniques there, trust me, I just never remarked them. Coming all the way over here, kind of past the waterfall. Skip past that spot for a reason. There's as well as the African tigerfish is there, but the Goliath tiger is right here as well. You guys have seen me fish that a lot on my channel. Just kind of showing you how this breaks out. Now you have the other spot here, kind of another well-known YouTube spots right there. I generally don't fish that unless like in tiger trails or something where the trophies do not overlap, but the uniques do. So I prefer to try to get a unique there and there, especially for farming purposes. If you're trying to get 4 in that potential half hour or so, that it is possible, and I will show you in the upcoming clip me doing so. Now also don't be alarmed if you don't have the X Series Major Popper 5.0. You don't have to have that. I will show you in upcoming clips multiple lures that will work for you. Anybody that's fished for these know fully well there's so many things that'll work for these, but I just wanted to show you this in action from spot to spot here, starting at spot 1. No real big trick to the retrieve there. But again, on a side note, if you have a Club Series Major Popper 5.0, great lure as well. But always protect your stuff, guys. These things obviously do have teeth. I do have a titanium leader in this particular instance. There's spot 1, and you'll notice at the end I will show the net itself. Also, kind of 2 things in one here. You'll notice in this clip right here, this fish comes up right there. I hesitate slowly. He ends up still missing. However, as towards the end here, you'll see me kind of slow down. I figured he's going to be falling, so I hesitate for a second. I see him coming. Boom. There he is. So kind of just make sure that will come with experience. Similar things that I've mentioned before on my Nile perch farming guides. Make sure that if you know that a fish has missed it, if you kind of slow down and hesitate towards the boat, more times than not, they will come back at it. Maybe a second, sometimes even a third time. Do keep that in mind. So there is unique number 2 on this net, or this farming run in particular. Moving on to spot 3, you'll notice sometimes you will, again, it's not always just going to be trophies and uniques, guys, but there's nothing wrong with the common Goliath tigers here. They will also pay the bills, as well as they are a lot of fun to catch. Again, for any of you guys that are either looking to farm up or needed an extra way, or trying to know how to break out the map itself for tiger trails and that sort of thing, I do have guides up for the podium playlist. I think I did podiumed again in that not too long ago, maybe last week, 275, 285 points, something like that. Now, that's a totally different subject, but if you wanted to use a float and that sort of thing, I would recommend, depending on the peak, anywhere as low as a 4.0 all the way up to a 10.0, large minnow, shiners, or small tilapia. Anytime the pressure is up, high pressure peak, I would recommend using leader depth or float depth of probably 12 inches all the way down to maybe 27 inches, or 30 centimeters down to, let's say, 50 centimeters, especially on a high pressured peak there if you're looking to farm these things with a float on this rotation. You will note a lot of these spots too, you could reach off the bank if you're wanting to try to do with bottom rod or just fish with a rod stand, but any of you guys that like fishing for these with a lure, I figured I'd put this up. It's something that you guys can go out and practice on for yourself and see if you can get this all 4 of these here in a actual timely manner. As you notice there by the time stamp, I started at 5 a.m. This is the same net, and this is again on spot number 4 that I've put up for you guys. Again, sometimes you might have a spot that's slow, that sort of thing. If you have to, rotate around, but I did go in the particular same order. Didn't really have too much trouble at all getting these out in 30 minutes real time. As far as the respawn time on a unique Goliath, I'm going to say probably around an hour and 15 minutes real time. But with that being said, even in Tiger Trails or Tiger's Trail, the competition itself, it's an hour. So I haven't really ever worried about the respawn timer. But if I was to guess, I would say around an hour and 15 minute real time. But again, with so many spots to fish these, you don't really need to rotate back. By then, you could even supplement with perch and that sort of thing. So on top of that, sorry about that, guys. I was distracted there for a second and wanted to say that here on this particular spot, it took me just a little longer to get him out, but nonetheless, they're looking at that timestamp that is unique number 4 here on this net. I also wanted to show you here in the upcoming clip, anybody that's wanting to see different lures and that sort of thing, as well as another way to farm these if you wanted to speed up the process a little bit. But there is 4 uniques in the net. Didn't even switch lures, that sort of thing. 299,000 cash and right around half hour real time. Now again, looking at these peaks, the 9 p.m. peak and the 3 a.m. peak, they're like on day 9 is a great peak, because I'll explain why here in a little bit. The midnight peak is probably my least favorite if you're wanting the night camp, and I will show you that upcoming here shortly, as long as the clip, but it's entirely up to you. But another way to do it, a lot of the old school guys probably already know that. But again, on a side note here, this is just a traditional buzz bait. I think I've showed this before, but this is also a great lure day or night, whatever you want to do, just to show you some generic stuff. The X Series nymph, if you guys are watching this video and you don't already have that, simply row your kayak a certain distance and you can get that. But again, I'll show you some generic stuff here that you can catch these on, as well as night skipping. Here going on just a regular walker, 2 1/4, whether you're just wanting to sit and farm at night. Again, following along, you could start here at 9 p.m. and maybe fish it till around 10 if you don't have the unique out. I'll show you what to do here. What you can do is just cast until you've, got a trophy out. If the unique, for whatever reason, sometimes the computer itself might drop a trophy, a couple commons, that sort of thing. If you don't get the unique out, simply fast forward to 3 a.m. and you'll notice that you'll even get another additional trophy because you fast forwarded time. If you are following along with what I'm saying, a good way to maximize the spot. And also, if you're sick of farming Nile perch, that sort of thing, another great way to farm these if you do like to lure fish for them versus throwing a float or a bottom rod, that sort of thing. I wanted to make sure this was up. Just a traditional Major Popper 7.0. Again, nothing fancy here, just on this one, but just wanted to show this here. Again, that's just another trophy because I fast forwarded from 9 p.m. when it got a little slow. The unique didn't come out, and sure enough, just by fast forwarding the time there, so now following along, I have 2 trophies in the net, and now the unique, of course, will come in behind it eventually, and that's exactly what we're looking for here to just maximize our time as well. When you're farming, try to make it fun. That's another good thing that you can do. I prefer to do rotations versus just night skipping, night crawling, night camping, however you want to call it. I did do some of that back in the day, but I preferred, I think, over the long run, if you can learn each individual spot around the map, it helps you learn how to navigate, as well as knowing where to be and when, and that sort of thing. That will help you out. You can kind of see how each spot behaves. You might have one spot that you prefer over the other. Just kind of showing you there that it was 2 trophies from the same spot just by simply night skipping ahead, that you can do that at night at will. It does not cost you bait coins to do so, and that is an awesome thing that Fishing Planet does for you. Again, moving over here onto another spot, just kind of going through here at night again. And I'm on to day 4. Just going to show you just a generic setup as well that I used to use back in the day. Just a traditional, as you can see here, just a traditional buzzbait 5.0 with just a 4-inch glow shad. There's nothing wrong with this setup as well. Again, experiment. These tigerfish are a great option as far as when you're wanting to learn new lures, that sort of thing. Depending on the peak, you can try spoons, jerk baits, duo swim baits, walkers. But about the only thing that I found these things won't hit topwater wise would be a mouse, oddly enough. I have tried a mouse on these things unsuccessfully time and time again. I've gave it a good ample try. I can't even get a spawn on a mouse, but so just duly noted, the mouse do not work on these. If you find different, please let me know, but I have tested that quite a bit and have not been able to get a mouse or a Goliath to hit a mouse. So just here in closing, the comical part on this, on all the uniques that I just caught in this clip, you'll find that the funny thing is the biggest one I caught, this 102 pounder here, was just off a generic lure, guys. So don't hesitate to try out some of these things for yourself. Take care. I hope this helps you guys out, and we'll see you again in the next one.